Colby, do you think this will happen when we get famous?
What's that, Barry?
Do you think someone's gonna buy my poo? Jesus Christ. Fucking Cronenberg, man. This is almost seeming like a Cronenberg month. Like,
It's amazing.
what's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Welcome to the third month of Robert Pattinson / Cronenberg, I guess.
Right. If the two of them were just in more movies together, we could have done the super combo.
Do you think? Okay, so like Quentin Tarantino, Leo work together a lot. Mm-hmm. Is this just another? Is this the director that Robert Pattinson has latched onto?
It could be.
Or David Cronenberg has latched on to Robert Pattinson.
I would be okay with that. This is the Johnny Depp.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Leo, Quentin Tarantino.
Yep.
That one's iffy. What they did two movies together.
Gunn and the bald guy that's in every.
Bautista?
No.
The guy who played the second in command, right? That guy?
Yeah.
Kraglin?
Yes.
I don't know his name.
But also the Mary Poppins.
Yondu.
Yondu.
Yeah.
He's in like every one of
James. Is he?
Yeah, because he's in Suicide Squad. He's in that. He's in
the Guardians of the
Super.
Galaxies. Was he in Super?
He was in Super.
Oh, he was one of the lackeys.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, often just a lackey, but always makes an appearance.
Oh, there's also what's his face? Oh my god! Spider-Man, Evil Dead, Sam Raimi.
Oh, and Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
So some good old combos.
Yeah.
And I think this would be a great combo for Robert Pattinson because it gives him more room to kind of escape the twilight.
Yeah, definitely. If he is into artsy
movies,
film festival movies.
Do you think he's done that though? Like at least in the eyes of the major public with Batman, the Batman.
Yeah. I mean, like I guess he's now recognized as he can do something other than shiny vampire and artsy films. And they took a chance to have him do Batman. I
know. Do you remember the so like I don't know if you guys know this, but I hate fans. I hate fanboys. That's why I love that movie with Seth Rogen where they're doing the Star Wars fanboy movie. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And it kind of depicts how toxic like fandoms could be. So like I remember. Anything that has to do with like a prolific character where they're like, oh, that's stupid.
Right. Yep.
Like
that's why there's no second Solo.
Don't remind me. The guy that casted for Han Solo did such a good job.
Stupid that it's like one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and they're now not going to do a sequel.
I know, and
fans crapped on it.
I loved Emilia Clarke's character in there too, where she was like just a female version of Solo, but she decided to go into the Crimson Syndicate.
Yep.
To join Darth Maul.
Right.
And now we won't get to see it.
Right. That was our chance to have another Darth Maul movie.
And you ruined it. Yeah, but also the same with like Batfleck. Everyone's Ben Affleck, Daredevil.
Oh, and see, I thought Ben Affleck was such a good old Batman.
Yeah.
The grizzled kind of older Batman.
Yeah, he definitely the Dark Knight Batman.
Yep.
Well, who did that comic? The
one Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, yeah. Yep. Frank Miller Batman was so cool. And so I remember when they announced Robert Pattinson, first of all, the vampire jokes, the bat jokes. And they're like, he's not gonna do a good job. Like, shut up. But let's talk about the movie that we came to really talk about.
Heck yeah, we haven't even given you the name yet.
Well, we haven't gotten to the first segment.
We haven't gotten to the The intro
to the trailer. So if you listened to us last week, this will be funny for you. Have you ever wondered what a day in the life of Will Smith or Harvey Weinstein looks like? That's fucking terrible. I'm kind of sad that I put those two together. Wonder no further when we talk about 2014's movie Map of the Stars, directed by David Cronenberg, starring people like Julianne Moore,
right?
David Cusack, and Robert Pattinson. I don't know why I said that in the South Park kind of voice.
Yeah.
Man, Demon. So, like last week's Cronenberg movie, this one I actually did like, even though it kind of had monsters in it. But it was like normie monsters.
Right.
It wasn't exactly the classic Cronenbergian monster.
Right.
But this movie is definitely going to be one of those movies that it feels like it's going to be hard to talk about in a linear fashion because it is an ensemble cast with a very disassembled storyline. Because it kind of hops all over the place.
It does. Yeah, and it's almost kind of like 3 stories that then kind of come together at the end.
Yeah. So I think the best thing that we could do right now is actually just go through with the characters. Mm-hmm. And that way we can kind of get through it in a somewhat linear fashion.
Right.
So I think we got to talk about who I feel like she isn't the lead in the film, but I think she gets a lot of focus in the movie, and we'll talk about Julianne Moore's character, Havana Segrand.
Yeah.
So, base of her story is that her whole arc is trying to play her mother in a biopic movie.
Right. Yeah, she's an aging actress who has kind of fallen out of the spotlight, and she wants to remake her mother's biggest film to kind of relight her torch.
Yeah, but throughout the whole film, she's having these psychotic breakdowns or psychosis or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah.
Because throughout, so we really don't have any clue what her actual deal is until I think much later.
Right. Yep.
Where we get even then we get sort of a vague grasp of what happened to her, or we get at the beginning with frickin' what's his face with her scene with John Cusack, where they're doing. I thought they were just reading lines.
Right. Yes, because John Cusack, he is the kind of guru to the stars, the therapist / mentor / Tony Robbins, where he'll help you work through any problem because no problem is your fault, kind of thing.
Yeah, that sounds like the mantra for the stars. And then so apparently it seems like her stepdad or her father, I'm not too sure, sexually assaulted her when she was a kid, because her mom was too busy being a star.
That's a weird thing because she remembers it. So she didn't remember any abuse until she got older. And then she remembered it as her mother sexually abused her. But then the ghost of her dead mother comes and's like, it wasn't me. You're making all that up. It was your stepfather. And, it's still kind of my fault because I was just too busy to
to protect you.
To protect you. But it wasn't me who ever did anything like that to you.
I guess you would. Yeah, when you're a kid, obviously, I think that's when, a lot of situations where DID can happen or manifest.
Right.
or and split personality. Or like that.
Yeah, and then it's like you never really know if it's like a PTSD, or if it's like multiple personalities, or if it's actually her mother's ghost, or like it is just this reoccurring young version of her mother who's hot. Who tells her when she's doing things wrong, and she basically...
she's Jiminy Cricket?
She's kind of like... Julianne Moore's kind of like the... I had a bad childhood because I was a child star, and so I never really grew up, and now I'm old, but I'm like throwing temper tantrums like...
Yeah, that's...
Like a kid.
Like a child. Yeah, that's what I noticed, like... Especially during the first scene after she gets off of bed and she like talks to her agent, and she's acting like she's like this teenage actress. I want that part.
Right.
Oh my god, wasn't it super disturbing? So towards like in the middle of the movie, she ends up not being able to be casted as the part because her agent tells her they just wrote the part for someone younger.
Right.
And like, you know, in this movie, Julianne Moore, like, she's still pretty. Like, she's pretty old, but still pretty.
Yeah, no, always. Yeah, but, she's always been.
Yeah, she's great. But, you know, obviously what they're probably trying to go for is maybe, like, early 30s. And she's, probably, like, mid-40s or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So... But so she fakes it. She accidentally runs into the actress that actually got the part, and so her and the actress are like, you know, they're doing that fake like, oh, congratulations, oh, I don't know how to play your mother. But they meet her kid, Micah,
right,
and she's like trying to be sweet to the kid, like, oh, you know, but then like a couple days later, she finds out that like the actress's son died in a drowning accident.
Yeah,
and. Right then, because that morning she was having the shittiest mood, she comes back to the backyard with her chore whore, and she's like dancing, and she's like, "Come on, Agatha, we're fire and Micah's water." I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because she's excited because. So she feels bad that the kids died, but she's excited that the kid died because now the mother's in grief and isn't going to be able to finish filming. So, so since she was the number 2 in the casting, now she gets to step in and reshoot the other lady's scenes and finally get this part that she always wanted.
Yeah, so she has one of the other main characters is her chore whore, Agatha, right? They're not. I think they're fake close, right? Julianne Moore, or like Havana, is fake friendly with Agatha. She's like, because she understands.
Yes,
it's like it's the whole parasite dynamic, right? She's like, Agatha, you're my chore whore. I could be friendly with you, but don't ever cross this line. Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, she asked Agatha one day, she's like, you're seeing somebody? Are you guys having the sex? And then so, I'm gonna actually close up her character arc right now, is that she asked for Jerome, who was played by Pattinson. And, you know, Pattinson's this actor / writer. He's struggling, you know, so he's a chauffeur.
Right. Yep.
For a company. And so, Havana, Julianne Moore, she's like, oh, I heard you and Agatha, fuck. And he's like, oh. And she's like, suddenly, she's like, yeah, isn't it gross with all of her skin? Ugh.
Right, because Agatha is got a lot of burns all over her body because she was caught in a house fire
that she caused
when she was younger.
Yeah, and Robin Pattinson says, well, you know, I could use it as experience too for my writing. And she's like, well, how would you write a fuck scene between the both of us? And then so they end up fucking because, you know, Robin Pattinson, he's a dude in LA. He's just trying to establish these connections anyways, right? So I'm not gonna say I can't blame him, but I was like, yeah, they're gonna fuck, right?
Right. Even if it's an aging actor, actress, and you're in that field, and they're like, hey, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do this because that way you're going to remember me so that I could use your name on I could drop your name later.
Yeah, especially if it's like a project you're working on. I'm like, what's up, Havana?
Yep.
Ooh, nah, nah. But at this point, Agatha, who has been going through some things that we're going to talk about in a second, she's been kind of missing work. And the only way she got this job is because she's Twitter friends with Carrie Fisher, who makes an appearance in the movie. I thought that was cool.
Yep.
But she's like, "Oh, look at you! You reek! Ew, you're so disgusting. You know what? This is not gonna work out. I'm gonna have to let you go." And then she gets up and then she bleeds all over the $12,000 couch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. I don't. And then Agatha ends up killing her with her Oscar.
Or the Golden Globe,
whatever it is for actors, right? So that kind of closes out her arc. Now we could talk. Well, actually, I think we can kind of put Agatha, John Cusack, and Benji all in one because they're a family, and Christina because they're a family in this show, right? In the movie. So Agatha, they're all the Wises.
Right, yeah.
Which is pretty much the Smiths. So the whole story between all of them is that Benji, who is Agatha's brother, is this child star.
Right.
Who is the face of the Bad Babysitters Club. No, not club, right? Just Bad Babysitters.
Right, yeah. Bad Babysitter was his big blow-up movie.
Right.
And then now he's like the star of the franchise. They're trying to get him in to do Bad Babysitter 2, but he's had a drug problem, so there's that whole like, well, we know you're over it, but we just got to make sure because it's kind of a kid's movie, so we got to make sure that you're not like...
Yeah, you don't have this bad boy image.
Yeah.
John Cusack, as Colby has stated, he is this guru, high celebrity guru. Or he's a TV psychologist and all that stuff, right?
Right. Who doesn't get along with his son? He tries to psychology his son, and his son is like, I want nothing to do with you, Dad.
Yeah, and then we have Christina, who's just the mother for the both of them. She's like sort of the manager for Benji.
Right.
And obviously has this thing. So they're like this friggin' Hollywood family. But we actually learned that Benji and Agatha had actually made Benji take a whole bunch of pills when he was a little bit younger, and she set the house on fire because she has schizophrenia.
Yes.
And when Benji and Agatha finally meet up, he's like, "Did you set the fire?" And Agatha explains to him like the whole situation is that she kept seeing kids.
Yeah.
And they actually have this mantra or this poem that they keep reading from. It's by Paul Eluard called Liberté. It's liberty, right?
Right.
And so that's like their relationship. Now the relationship between the parents to Benji is like the mother is a classic Hollywood mother.
Right. Yep.
Who's the manager? She's very neurotic. John Cusack is this, I guess, what is he, like fake? He's like mysticism, or I don't know how to explain it. Like he's eccentric.
Right. Yeah. Just like guru to the stars. Like
right.
He's just, yeah, very eccentric.
And Benji is, he's like a nightmare. He's like everything you hope your Disney crush doesn't turn out to be. Because like later on in the movie, like around the movie, he's like hanging out with his other child star friends.
Right.
And my God, like do you think they talk like? I feel like they really do talk like this. I took it metaphorically because they like our opening line. He talks about like some girl stealing his shit. No, she's buying the shit. Well, oh yes. So one of the people on set is stealing his shit and selling it to this girl. And so then they make this like jokes about like, oh hey, when I have diarrhea, it's like
everything half off.
Clearance.
Clearance. Everything must go.
Summer clearance sale.
But it was kind of like, I took it like metaphorically as like, you're just a bunch of like kids that don't really have any life experience, so you're just talking shit.
Yeah, or they're bullshitting around.
Right, exactly. Yep.
But it's funny too because like, you know, around the second time they meet, well, like, so Benji's been sober, but like as the movie progresses and he meets up with Agatha and all that stuff, and let me clear one thing up too, is like at the beginning of the movie we actually opened up with Benji going to the hospital for a Make-A-Wish.
Right. Yep.
To a kid he thought had AIDS, and she had like
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah, and
you could tell by like when he leaves, you could tell like how young and naive he is.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, does she have Hodgkin's lymphoma? Because she can't have not Hodgkin's, because then it wouldn't be Hodgkin's.
Wait, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But throughout the movie, after that girl, she actually passes away before they're able to give her the iPad, and so that he starts seeing her ghost.
Right.
And then Micah, who I don't think he ever met, he starts seeing his ghost too.
Right.
But you don't know if that's like his like he probably has schizophrenia as well. That's what it seems like.
When Agatha said she lit the house on fire because she kept seeing children, and now all of a sudden he's seeing these two kids that have died.
Yeah. One of them he's never even met.
Right.
She's like, hey, this is Micah. He died. I was like, jeez.
Yep.
But she's like, but then now like the little girl's like tatted all over. I was like, that was weird. Oh.
The tattoos are the map with all the stars of like Hollywood Boulevard that runs behind the credits as the movie ends.
Oh, see, I always cut out on credits. I know Colby loves to watch credits.
Oh, I've never missed a Marvel closing scene because I always sit through the credits.
Wait, so were you like when Marvel first started doing that? Were you the only one still in the theater?
Yeah, sometimes.
And then like, did you look around like, did nobody see this?
Yeah. I would have I'd be go with a group, and they'd all stand up and they'd be get ready to leave, and I'd be like, it didn't even matter. As Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, we frat house movies,
Animal House.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, I'm like, nope. I paid $10 for this ticket. I'm staying till the credits are done.
I'm going to listen to the music now.
Right.
And I'm going to appreciate everyone who worked hard on this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, see, that's
but
cool.
Then you get great things like in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. At the end of the credits, in that huge chunk of stunt actors, one of them's name was Hung Tan Dong. And I was like, see, you would have missed that name. And now I could tell people about it 17 years later.
It's like one of those core memories that he's built of just justifying his need to watch credits. Oh, okay. See, that's cool. I didn't know that's what the tattoos were.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool.
I noticed it all the way through the movie, and it was bothering me. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But then they actually, it runs in the background of the credits, and then the credits end. It shows the two of them laying there.
Wait, there was more?
And then it reruns the credits again without the names.
Oh my god!
And when it was that second time that I'm watching it, what I really noticed, it was acting as it's running in the background, it's showing stars, constellation stars.
Son of a
But
bitch.
then in the clouds, you see the names of all the little roads, and that's when I was like, oh, and I started seeing things that she had on her, and I was like, oh, she was the map to the stars.
Son of a bitch. But yeah, so their whole family is pretty much, though. Because Agatha is constantly trying to make amends with her family. But John Cusack's character is like, no, here's 10 grand, just get the fuck out of here. I don't want you to mess up our lives right now. But then when she goes to visit her mom, we actually find out why they're really trying to get her away.
Right.
And it's because, and then why the reason why she started the fire and tried to overdose with her little brother, who they're like fake getting married. And you actually find out that John Cusack and his wife are actually brother and sister.
Right.
And they had no idea. It's not like they grew up together and like, oh yeah, now we're gonna...
At least they say that.
Or well,
so we didn't know till we were already together.
Yeah, well, she said
and then it was like, and that wasn't enough to be like, oh well, I guess this relationship's over. They're like, nope, let's get married and have some kids.
Well, okay, like they knew, like they probably fell in love and then found out.
Yeah,
like
I fell in love and then I found out it was my sister or my cousin or my
wait, third cousin,
second cousin twice removed. I'd be like, okay, well, now this relationship's done.
But that's only by marriage. It always reminds me of that one Friends episode where Denise Richards was in it, and like Ross, like she decided to stay over at Ross's house, and she's like, oh yeah, she was all nerdy and all that stuff, and we'll have fun, like we haven't seen each other, but like it was Denise Richards, and Denise Richards in the late 90s, early 2000s,
hottie,
peak. I mean, before she got tainted by Charlie Sheen. I don't want to know what that dude's into, you know what I mean? But yeah, it totally reminds me of that where she like kept flipping her hair and it's like ba-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Or the scene where she was eating a hot dog and Ross was like, Are you done? But yeah, so Agatha did find out that they're brother and sister, and that's probably one of the factors that stemmed them getting like schizophrenia.
Right. Yeah, they allude to that.
Right. Too close. The bloodline's too close. And then Benji, he ends up getting drugs again, and he accidentally kills one of his friend's dogs with the gun.
Yeah.
Which, another fucking horrible take, because the guy's like, yeah, I got this on eBay. I think it's one of the guns from the Columbine shooting. I was like, fuck you, dude. That kid was probably like not even born, or like 2 or 3 when that came out. And I was like, this is a fucking terrible line. Yeah. And he accidentally ends up shooting the dog, and he's like crying, and then Benji's like, I should go.
Right. No remorse, just should go.
Well, he was like super high too, so
yeah.
Well, that doesn't excuse it, right? I'm sorry. But he goes back onto set of Bad Babysitters 2, and there's this kid that he fucking hates because he's funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
it's the new young kid for this new movie, because he wasn't in the first one.
Yeah.
But it's the one he's got like a catchphrase. That's
Mr. Vagina.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, every time he says it, he steals my thunder, And now I gotta like take a break. He gives me a low blood sugar. I need a breakfast burrito.
But he ends up choking out the kid because the girl that died in the hospital is haunting him.
Right.
And he ends up choking the kid out, and then he ends up in a rehab center or psychiatric ward. But he escapes, gives the guy, says like, hey, I'll give you 10 grand if you let me escape.
Right. Yep.
Which, I mean, to be honest, listen, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna take the 10 grand though. I was like, yo, if you're getting done in by a 13-year-old kid, I don't know what to tell you, man. But she ends up finding his sister, and they end up, so the sister ends up stealing the mom's wedding ring.
Yep.
And then so when the brother goes to see her, Agatha, when the Benji goes to see Agatha, she's like, hey, go get dad's wedding ring. And he's definitely not in the right mindset as well, right? So he goes to the dad, but then John Cusack goes home earlier and his wife sets herself on fire.
Right, and it totally reminded me of last week's Cronenberg movie where they were talking about the priests that set themselves on fire, and then you see somebody like on the sidewalk set themselves on fire through like the window of the limo, and I was like, same kind of thing.
Right. But then John Cusack is like, I don't know, his mind breaks as well. Because when Benji goes home, sees his dad, takes off the ring with no resistance.
Right.
And then they end up, they end up going on top of the Hollywood sign.
Yep.
And taking a whole bunch of drugs and dying.
Yeah.
Or I presume they're dying.
After they do a little wedding ceremony with each other.
Oh, that was so weird. And she's like, yeah, now we'll kiss. I was like, you know what? I like this scene much more better in Blank Check. You know, someone brought that up to me like a couple of weeks ago, and they're like, isn't that so problematic? Like, that actress was like 28 and she kissed like this 12-year-old kid. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. But if I was 12 and she wanted to kiss me, I'd be like, okay.
The weird kiss, like you say that, the weird kiss was, did you ever watch the series The Ozarks?
Oh, with Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
Nope.
There's Ruthie's young brother falls in love with the old grandma that runs the opium fields. Mm-hmm. And there is the most, like,
come here, Shani.
Second to the room, most awkward sex scene I've ever seen.
I thought you were going to be like, yeah, they made out.
They made out naked inside of each other. It was very disturbing.
Wait, how old was the guy?
I don't know how old he is in real life, but in here he was playing 16, I think. Oh, and she was 65.
I like him looking like a nutsack. I can't wait to use that joke when I'm old. Look at me, I look like a nutsack. I'm all wrinkly. Everything's a nutsack. But yeah, all right. So
that's the basic storylines.
Yeah,
that all kind of converge, but there's so much
there's so much in between. Like Robin I thought this was gonna be more Robert Pattinson that we really got, but his character was pretty simple. He was just a guy, a struggling actor / writer, script writer that wanted to make it in Hollywood. He does fuck with Agatha a little bit,
or because he's like the limo driver, and that's pretty much his only part. But unless he is actually the star of the movie, because being the limo driver, he hears all the stories, and he's the struggling writer. So this is all stuff that he wrote.
See, I was expecting that. I was gonna wait for like a little type screen on like a freaking laptop. And then it pulls out Robert Pattinson at a Starbucks. What's more fucking Hollywood than writing at a Starbucks?
Yep.
Were you waiting for that too, or was it just me?
It had crossed my mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Were you like, if this fucking movie pulls away and it's a screen and Robert Pattinson is at a Starbucks?
It would have been like a different closing. I feel like the general audience would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Where this is Cronenberg movie, so it leaves you going like, what?
I know. Like, you know, it didn't even have to do it at the traditional end of the movie, but it feels right at the end of the credits. Like a Marvel end screen.
Right, yeah, and you would have missed it because you shut it off. But it was like, it was last week was, this is how out of touch these billionaires are. Mm-hmm. This is how out of touch Hollywood is.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it's really,
It's a different monster.
Yeah, totally different. Way more sex. Robert Pattinson has sex in a limo in both movies.
Oh.
Go him.
It's all with like middle-aged women though. What's up? At least they're hot middle-aged. Well, sorry, you're all beautiful. I don't want to get canceled. We barely even started. No, yeah. So yeah, I was gonna like so.
But there's so much symbolism in this fire. So you've got
fire.
Agatha starts the fire and to try to kill Benji, and she gets all burnt up, and then she gets put in a psych ward. Julianne Moore's mother dies. She's a cult leader. And
what?
She dies in a fire.
Wait, hold on. Did I miss that? Her mom was a cult leader?
Yeah.
What?
And then Benji's mom lights herself on fire and dies.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that was like because of how Benji killed the kid? She was like, they're gonna dig into our lives.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was like, why did she set herself on fire?
Yeah,
and I was like, as the movie ended, it's like, oh, is it because like everyone in Hollywood's gonna find out that they're brother and sister?
Right, and that was the part she was worried about. Her daughter lit the house on fire and almost killed herself and her brother, and they were like, 5 years in a mental institution, and then you'll turn 18 and you'll be fine. You'll be free. Just don't come back to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, that's light sentence. That's hard arson and attempted murder. And you're just like, 5 years in an asylum, and then you're free.
Well, yeah, because she was able to claim insanity.
Benji shoots a dog and then kills his co-star. And they're like, 5 years in a asylum, and then for mental, and then you'll turn 18 and you'll be free.
Was Benji?
He just wanted to pay the $10,000 and get out of jail free card.
Yeah. Wait, was Benji? Were they kind of mirroring the whole Robert Downey Jr. in his early career?
They may have been.
Because then, like Robert.
Go ahead.
Well, no, because he comes from like an acting family, right? Okay.
Right. Yeah. And they were showing like this cycle. Like I felt like this repeating cycle where it was like Julianne Moore wanted to play the part of her mom.
Yeah, that was sick. I wouldn't want to do that.
And then, so it was like she was trying to become her mom.
Yeah.
And then, Cusack and his wife are brother and sister, and then their kids do these fake weddings, and it's just kind of like fire was the cleanse of like, okay, I gotta light myself on fire to get out of this, and they were like, we have to kill ourselves to stop this cycle
of incest.
Wait, and the whole Julianne Moore, like her mom, the ghost of her mom kept coming back, and it was you molested me, Mom. So there was that incest there too.
But it was the stepdad, right?
You never know.
Right.
It may never have happened at all, because it was like I said, it was the thing that she couldn't remember till she grew up, and then all of a sudden she remembered that her mom molested her. But did she? Yeah. The ghost said no. Was it a ghost? Was it in her head?
Was it her conscience, like, manifesting
and then
as
I
her
thought,
mother?
And then, like, they brought Carrie Fisher in. Yep. And Carrie Fisher was born of a Hollywood family. Debbie Reynolds was her mom, and her dad left her mom when she was young to marry Liz Taylor.
Oh.
And then they did a movie, a little biography movie of that. So I felt like.
Okay, I thought you were about to tell me Carrie Fisher's parents were brother and sister. I was like,
no, but it was that Hollywood. They were star power. Oh. And then she grew up in that world. And so it was like, there was like the perfect person to bring in to just do like a little cameo.
That's crazy. No wonder she did all those drugs and was a part of all those sex parties and stuff like that. Didn't she say like in the 80s she was just like, I was doing a lot of drugs and a lot of sex?
She was Benji.
Ah, man. What about Mark Hamill? Was Mark Hamill pretty stable? Him and Harrison Ford were kind of cool.
I feel like Harrison Ford probably did a lot of just total speculation, I don't know. Probably did a lot of drugs, but kept it under control because he was a little bit older. He was like the rock star doing drugs, and then like... Yeah.
Well, no, but like, he was also like, he also came from like a carpenter. He was like a carpenter on the set, right? So he wasn't born into like a family. He was like just a normal dude. What, like Mark Hamill, was he like a power child?
I don't think so. I think he was just...
And then he went on to become one of the greatest voice actors ever.
Right.
I can't do it. I was gonna try for the Batman animated Joker voice. I just can't. You know how shocked I was when I found out that was Mark Hamill?
I listened to him do that voice in the animated series for like 5 years, and then it wasn't till Phantasm Ghost
Phantom Mask or something.
Yeah.
Like that?
Came out where they were like on the movie poster it said
Mark Hamill,
and I was like, what? And then I had to look it up, and I was like, well, at that time there wasn't like, hey, here's the internet. Every
Colby,
answer's at the tip of your fingers.
Colby had to go to the library. No, like how do you? How I forgot. Like I don't know how I used to find out things before the internet.
Yeah, you watch the news and yeah.
I was TV Guide, Dewey Decimal System.
Right. Yep. Read some magazines.
Oh man. Oh no, you probably went to like Barnes and Nobles.
Right.
Found a book and it's like, oh, he is in that. Oh, like the art books.
Yep.
For like movies and stuff like that. I'd be like, oh my god, that is Mark Hamill. That's crazy. But yeah, so like, yeah, for me, I was like, as I was watching this movie, it's like, you know what? There is a monster. It's this whole entire culture.
100%. Yeah, because the people in that Hollywood culture, way scarier than the ghosts.
Way scarier than any kind of monster mash that Cronenberg could have put up. And it's like, it's funny that I think about it because I was like, oh, man, there better be a monster in here. And as the movie progresses, like, these people are terrifying.
Right. Benji says like the most horrific things to like his
agent.
To his agent, even to like when he's trying to get the Bad Babysitter 2, he's saying like just terrible things
that me and Colby really don't believe in saying.
Yeah, especially the stuff he was saying to his agent guy. Like,
yeah,
that was...
I'm going to tell you right now. If I was that agent, dude, I'd be like, man, fuck this job. I'm about to rock this kid.
Yeah.
Oh, man, because when he said that, I was like, bro, I'm going to fuck you up right now.
It was a string. It was like, boom, boom, like 9 quips in a row about...
being Jewish, dude. I definitely would have turned into Eli Roth in there, the bear Jew. I didn't know that was Eli Roth. I knew him for like Hostel and all this stuff, but when he came out in Inglourious Basterds, like, that's cool, dude. Who's that guy? I was like, oh my god, it's Eli Roth.
And then another like the Carrie Fisher kind of like weird part. The older lady who was the agent for...
Yeah, she's big, right? Or like...
She's been in like 80 movies.
Yeah. And
I had no idea who she was.
I recognize the voice.
But when she's talking to Julianne Moore, she had like... she makes the comment. She's like, hey, if you can't get into movies, you know enough people, you should become an agent. And it was like, that's... like the line written for that agent lady. because she's this old person that's been in so many movies and knows everybody in Hollywood, and nobody knows who she is. So yes, she would be the perfect manager.
That was said to her?
It was said to. She said it to
Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, but she is like the embodiment of that statement.
Right.
Oh, okay. But I didn't know who she was, but I knew her voice. She has that kind of iconic, very recognizable rasp to her voice. And I was like, bro, I know I've heard that somewhere. And I was like, I think when I looked her up earlier today, I was like, oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. And there's I watched it twice, and the second time I caught a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't the first time.
Yeah.
Like the Liberty poem.
Yeah.
The mom in the scene, Julianne Moore's mom's in the black and white movie that she wants to redo. In the scene that they show, she says that poem.
Oh.
So it's like she actually says it, and I think that
Agatha?
the kids, Agatha and Benji, had seen that movie, and that's where they got that from.
It's also because that movie's about incest.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, why does she want to play a role for her mom that's incest?
Right.
This is fucking Flowers in the Attic. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie?
I do.
Like, I don't know if it's the original one, but the one that I saw, it had Jason from Stranger Things in it. It was Jason and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's with Heather Graham. That's the one we're talking about, right?
So I saw it a long time ago. So
okay. So I'm probably talking about like the reboot. I was like, why the fuck would they reboot this movie?
It was a big book in like the 70s, and I remember
it was that and what, Flowers of Algernon.
Yep. I actually from the names, I get those two mixed up. Lots of times I'm like, oh, yeah, no, the one with the kid gets smarter. They're like, no, the other one. Oh, okay.
Wait, is Flowers of Algernon about a kid that gets smarter?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was another incest book. I was like, geez, you guys are...
That one's kind of like a kid is like retarded and...
Oh, wait, you can't say that anymore.
A kid... Sorry.
We were talking about the 70s things, so Colby went back to his 70s slang.
A kid who is mentally challenged. So they basically lock him in the in the attic. And so a scientist is like, hey, can we do experiments on him? And the parents are like, yes.
Oh my God.
And they do, and he starts getting smarter. And he gets super smart, and then falls in love, but starts having side effects from the drugs, and the girl he falls in love with is kind of like, I don't want you to die from these side effects, so he stops taking the drugs and then gets stupid again.
He gets slow.
He becomes mentally challenged again.
You know what? That kind of sounds like a dope movie. Like, you gotta turn it dark, though. You gotta turn it dark where he gets side effects, but he keeps going, and then he just becomes everything, just like Scarlett Johansson
or Akira, whatever.
Oh, Akira. He becomes Skynet.
Yep.
Something like that. That actually, the only reason I know that book is because of Friends. And then I was like, but then throughout my whole life, I kept mixing it up with Flowers in the Attic. That and There's People in the Walls. Do you remember that book?
Yes.
Do you remember that movie?
Yep.
You know how long it took me to because I remember I watched it. This is before TV. This is before you could have fucking all the information on your TV. To find out what you were watching, you used to have to go to TV Guide. And then wait for it to scroll to the channel that you were just watching.
Right.
So I remember watching People in the Walls. That's the dude where the guy's wearing the gimp suit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And there's the main actor was a black kid.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, what is that movie? And then, and this is why I miss VHS stores and DVD stores and stuff like that, because one day I was just walking around Hollywood Video, that ancient relic as well. And I was like, oh, this is it. I finally found it.
Right. Yeah, because the internet. Yeah.
The internet.
Because we didn't have it back then. I watched. Okay, so sorry, total side story.
Yeah.
I'm 12 years old. We have a couch in our living room. It does it like it's 80s couch. So it's got like an opening underneath. Mm-hmm. My mom and dad are sitting on the couch watching a horror movie. I come out of my bedroom, come down the hall. I see the back of their heads.
Yeah.
The horror movie looks interesting. I lay down, crawl under the couch, and I watch the horror movie from under the couch. I've missed the first half hour of it, whatever. Thing gives me nightmares, and for 30 years, I'm like, what the hell movie did I watch? Uh-huh. And then I get on the one day, like, Teresa's just like, well, try to look it up on the internet. I get on the internet, I'm like,
couch
movie similar to Swamp Thing, man made out of clay, enter, boom. It's like it pops up. I can't remember what it is now, but it was like, so I rented it and watched it, and I was like, wow, why did this scare me? This is terrible. But yes, like 30 years. I was like,
in terror.
Yeah, I remember this part where this clay hand comes through the door and they shut the door on the hand and it falls onto the ground and then crawls away.
Claymation.
It's just like, it was terrified.
To be honest, I never got that when like kids watch horror films and would have nightmares. I don't know if I'm gonna jinx myself saying this, but I've never really had like a nightmare that was like horror filled. It was always like emotionally traumatizing. Like it was like a girlfriend cheating on me or something.
Okay, so yes and no. So like when I said nightmare, it's not like I went to sleep that night and then dreamed about that monster attacking me, but I would like turn off the hall lights and there would be like a little glimpse of like light reflecting off a picture frame, and that would be like, oh my god, that's the monster from the movie, and it's down at the end of my hall, and now I have to sprint to my bedroom.
Yeah, I never got like that. It's so crazy. But let's get back to talking back about this movie. I think me and Colby have like really just agreed that the whole monster of this whole thing is like very metaphorical. It's kind of like I don't know if it's I want to say it's exaggerating what these people's lives are, who are just like oblivious and like just without empathy.
Kind of like last week's movie. I want to believe it's an exaggeration, but I really don't.
Right?
I think that there's parts of Hollywood that are as blatant and dark and gross as this movie,
right? And like the worst thing about that is like they can do this all out like in plain sight, and people will be like, "Oh, that's just so outlandish that it can't be true."
Yeah,
and it fucking is, dude.
Yeah,
like did you hear like I think like something about like the whole Amber Heard situation? Some documents got released where they were talking about Amber Heard attending all these billionaire sex parties and. Like there would be like a freaking mountain of naked billionaires, and she would be able to sit on them. And Elon Musk was apparently a part of it, and that's why he like funded her whole legal team or something like that. And I was like, bro, Elon Musk went for the great value legal team because that has to be like like. The fame or whatever, or like the attention that case got is like just as big as like what freaking OJ got back in the 90s.
I was just thinking that exact. OJ was like, this guy is so guilty, and somehow the magic of his legal team got him off. And this one was like Amber Heard. I don't know if she was how bad she really was, but her legal team was so bad that she just
it's comedic.
Like she left that court case as
a joke,
unhireable in Hollywood again.
But Colby, you have to remember, if the glove does not fit, you must quit. Now, is that a real line from that case?
Yes.
Oh. I thought it was like a joke. I forgot where they were joking about it. It was like, look at this glove, it don't fit.
Right. Yep. Yeah, because they were like, this is the bloody glove that they found near the crime scene. It's OJ's. And OJ's like, it's not my glove. And they're like, yeah, it is. And Johnny Cochran was like, well, put it on. And he was like, I can't. It doesn't fit. And they're like, if it don't fit, must have quit.
Yo, see, he killed it. Johnny Cochran knew what he was doing. Johnny Cochran was African American, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why he just dropped some bars in court, and he was like, what's it called? Bailiff, give me a beat. If it doesn't fit, you must be quit.
And you know, after that court case was over, Johnny Cochran was like, I am now $10,000 an hour.
Yeah, he got super paid from that. Like, I think he probably could have just stopped with that case and just like retired in an Asian country.
Oh no, geez. Every case after that, he made
buku bucks,
$10 million off of probably. He just was.
He's like, bro, he's the lawyer that got OJ off.
Right?
Now maybe he can get me off.
South Park, they did the
Chewbacca defense.
The Chewbacca defense, that's right.
Look at him. Does it look like Chewbacca? But yeah, like and like obviously you've heard like the stories about like Corey Feldman and what's the other dude? Corey's name? Corey Feldman.
Haim.
Yeah, and like you hear about like how the stories where he was like, yeah, as kids we got exploited, like sexually,
right,
at like these Hollywood parties with like producers or whatever. I'm like, dude, that's so gross. And so I guess like it's funny. Like I never thought that they were gonna ever. I think this is why it's such an indie film. It's like a small budget film or like a Sundance whatever film.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was like gross in a metaphorical sense. Yeah, and also, man, Agatha beating fucking Julianne Moore to death. I was like, that's hilarious. It wasn't funny, right. But like, I was like,
the one award she had won, she got beat to death with.
Yeah, she was washed. It was the Best Actress award. I wonder what I wonder. She probably made like just a whole bunch of bad movies, and then
and
then just washed out. And she probably lived off her mom's like former fame. No, wait, hold on. When was it said that her mom was a cult leader? Was it like in passing? Because I was like,
I think it was in passing.
Damn, hell, I don't remember that. That would have made it a lot more interesting to me.
Yeah, like, I think it was the girls when it was like the two girls and then the two guys, and they were sitting after they were talking about shit. Yeah, they were like, because they were like, Julianne Moore, she's like.
She's menopausal.
Yeah, totally menopausal. And he's like, yeah, but she's a gilf. She's the grandma. And then they were like, and then he's like, oh yeah, she's her mom was blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, she's beautiful. She used to be like a cult leader. And
okay. Yeah, it was funny. Like those two girls in that little thing, they're like, "Yeah, she's menopausal. She's like 23." I was like, "Holy!"
Right? He's like,
I'm a fucking dinosaur.
He's like, "How do you know she's 23?" Well, she's got her labia pierced. He's like, "You got to be 23 to get your labia pierced."
And then they drop it. Like they never even go on to clarify it even more. It's like, wait, no, how? How do you know?
Yep. Oh, it's because like this conversations just were so meaningless.
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much. All right, guys, we're coming up to our hour. I want to thank everybody for joining us. You guys join us every week. It's cool. If you've got new people, thank you for joining us. The way that we do our reviews is in 4 sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, where you at?
So far, I'm box collection this month into a box. I want all these movies. I love Cronenberg. This month is definitely winning me over on some Patterson.
Oh, some Pattinson.
Because I really wasn't super familiar. I was like, he was a shiny vampire and he was Batman. He was Patman. And I don't really know him from anything else. But yeah, no, like he's got some chops. Like seeing him in other things that are a definite stretch from those other 2 movies.
Yeah. I'm range, man. My boy's got range.
Yeah, I'm like, he's still a little bit the mopey pretty boy.
Yeah,
in everything, but
he's British.
But that's like they say in Tom Cruise. It's like, hey, remember that movie where Tom Cruise was the cocky young guy? Yeah, because that was every movie he was in.
You're like Risky Business? No. Top Gun? No.
But yeah, no, I'm going. I'm going Blu-ray if I can't box set this up.
Yeah, this movie's interesting enough for Blu-ray, I think, and it would be dope to like just hear like the background stuff. Like when me and Kobe go for Blu-ray, it's because we feel like there's enough in the extras.
Right? Yeah, because you some of these movies, especially Cronenberg movies, love to watch them with the like the narration from the commentary.
Yeah.
And that's usually not a thing I like most movies. I wouldn't go for that feature specifically, but with Cronenberg movies, it's great to hear what he's thinking as he's filming and like why he chose a certain film style. Like I watched a little interview where they're talking about like when they show people, everybody's single frame or like single person per frame.
Yeah.
It's never like where a normal movie you have like I'm shooting this over somebody's shoulder and you can see the back of my head and you can see them talking, you can see the conversation. Everything here is like just that one person talking, like, and so that was kind of,
and it's also like how like you angle them or how much of the frame they take. Are they in the middle? Are they in the corner? What angle? All those like things are very intentional. So if you watch like movies like directors like Cronenberg, what's the dude's name? Shining, The Shining. Kubrick.
Oh, Kubrick, yep.
Yeah, like they're the way that they film, or even Bong Joon-ho with Parasite, the way that they film it, the way that the angles, it's all intentional. So like, if you ever get a chance to like just watch those movies again, like any of those type of directors, you'll start to notice that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
What was your rating? Or what are you taking?
I did Blu-ray too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Definitely Blu-ray. Definitely check out everything that we have down below in our show notes. We have our Amazon affiliate links down there, obviously, and we also. Oh, I gotta start putting the links for the WWT commentary YouTube channel where me and Cole watch more up-to-date hip stuff, and
and you can actually see our faces in 8-bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, follow our socials. We got our Facebook and our Twitter, and that way when we're posting new things. Some of the video stuff that we're doing for the WW commentary coming out a little bit slower because sometimes we got copyright with holds and stuff. So this way you'll know exactly when those things drop because we'll throw it on our socials.
Yeah, but you could definitely try to at least count on us having at least 4 videos a month. I think that's a good like a video per week. The only reason that we wouldn't have it is when it's caught up in copyright limbo. Just like right now, I think we're waiting for the Resident Evil one to clear out. Mm-hmm. Netflix likes to take forever on those clearances. So. But thank you guys for joining us. Look forward to the last month of Robert Pattinson month. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. You can find it on our album, Music Podcast 3, and our Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.